Hey, what's up, guys? This is your host, Max. This is Maximum Raids, hanging out in AxeYouSomethin. Let's do something fun today. Let's check out a mass minion 10v10. Okay, yeah, you heard me say that right. Mass minion 10v10. And, yeah, this was a random war against a German clan, Void. I really just kind of wanted to have some fun with my 10v10, and let's check out this one here. Okay, so I'm looking for a 3-star on this, and I really like bases like this that are different than the typical square or diamond shaped base that you see a lot at Town Hall 10. These are more preferred targets for me. I just really like the different dimensions and style design of it. I definitely like the empty compartments, in the middle, because they actually give you access to a lot of the base if you can just get in there. And I also like the single Inferno. So when I see a single Inferno, I instantly start thinking about mass minion attacks. And I've started doing these over the last handful of wars, and starting to get a better eye for them. So on this particular raid, okay, the first thing that you have to remember when you're doing mass minion is you got to be very aware of the red bombs, okay? Because a red bomb or two will just obliterate your minions, all right? So you need some stuff in front of the minions that would soak up the red bombs, and so that your minions can do what they do. And that's, when you get a cluster of them together, or in this case, as you see here in the army comp, 41 of them, they can do a lot of damage, okay? So it's a queen charge, and here's my thought on it, okay? Now, I want you to know it's a cleanup, and there are some Teslas over here, okay? We'll just kind of mark them. I think it's something kind of like that, and I think the 4th Tesla ends up being down here like this. Here was my thought on it, okay? I would charge this direction like this, all right, and I'll break there. Now what that requires is for my BK to go here, and my BK will basically just funnel like this direction here, okay? He'll go like this. And he'll die out right over here because you got 3 Teslas, and you've actually got the enemy BK that's going to aggro onto him. So he's going to kind of die out there, but he's basically responsible for funneling this section of the base, okay? So all of this is gone. Right here we could just use like a baby drag right here, and the baby drag will just kind of work this direction. So this is all gone. So basically my queen, you can see the funnel is very, it's created for the queen to charge right in to this wall here. It will require a freeze, okay? So you'll have to freeze the Inferno Tower for your wall break, and you'll get the wall break there. And basically, what we'll do is we'll place a jump, and we'll kind of place it like this, okay? And and I'm not worried about it going outside of this wall right here, because there's the king is funneled all of that, so the queen will stay inside. She'll have no reason to go outside. So basically the queen then removes, of course she removes all of this, right? And then she removes that, and she removes this, and then she kind of takes the jump this direction, and she takes out this, and the queen and the CC there, and then she just kind of follows this empty alley here, and she takes out this stuff right here, okay? So basically what I'm showing you is I'm able to, let's actually remove that for a second, and I'll show you what this is, kind of how I look at it. I can remove basically something kind of like something kind of like this. Okay, and of course, this with the baby drag. There. So between my king, and we'll kind of separate it like this, right? So my BK takes all of this, and of course, the baby drag does this, and my queen takes all of this. Okay, and it's pretty cool when you can actually. I actually learned those lines. I actually learned that a couple years ago watching a YouTube video, and I started to learn how to draw a line through a base of what a certain kill squad or queen charge, BK, what certain compositions could get. And when you learn to do that, it really simplifies the second phase of your attack. So now, by drawing that line, I know that my second phase basically is responsible for this section of the base. Okay. Now, listen, if I'm doing the queen charge, I got to dedicate myself to the queen charge. Okay. So I'm going to bring 3 rage for the queen charge. You'll see here I've got 4 in my comp. I'm bringing 3 for the queen charge. Now, basically, what I have to deal with is starting up here in this section here. Just drop a hound in here and back it with some loons coming in behind it. Okay. Over here, there ends up, I think like maybe 2 or 3 Teslas still up. And so actually my idea when I planned the attack was to bring a blimp, and I would drop a blimp and kind of fly it like this with some loons. I'm going to just clear that a little bit just to get rid of some of the mess. We're still kind of dealing with this part of the base, okay? And my idea was to drop the blimp, but I request the CC, and I requested a slammer, and I filled myself with a slammer. And then when I started the attack, I was like, oh my God, I filled the wrong siege machine. But it ends up working out. I just don't panic. I just send the slammer in like this, and it takes out the Teslas, and then it works its way kind of like, over here or something, and it eventually pops. And it actually, maybe it worked better. Maybe it just worked better that I brought the slammer. So with the hound and the loons coming in behind, what we do is we kind of like drop let's just use a different color since we're mapping it out. We kind of like drop a rage like that, and that really like rages up the loons and the minions, and everything just overpowers and works its way down here. The queen actually shoots through this wall right here, and she reaches across and she gets this wizard tower, and it was like, I swear it was like it was just meant to be. She hits the wizard tower just as my loons and minions are coming down into this area right here. So it was just like perfectly timed. Before I start that Lalo minion combination, I trim a little bit. You'll notice here when I play the attack, I just drop a few minions here and there just to kind of trim this down to where it's a little more of a narrow path for that Lalo and mass minion to funnel through, okay? I think I even drop a couple like over here to take out this gold storage as well. And that's kind of the idea behind it, okay? I did bring a freeze, and of course the freeze was on the Inferno Tower here, brought the poison. Yeah, everything just kind of came together just like it was meant to be. Let's watch the attack, guys.
Doing it up like my ass.
There you go, guys. Mass Minion 10v10. Hey, you'll be surprised how often you can use this. Look for those single Inferno towers. Hey, you can do it on multis too if your queen is able to take both multis. But check out those bases where you can draw that line and narrow that funnel and drop a Mass Minion 10v10. Guys, I'm your host, Max. This is Maximum Raids. Welcome to the fucking show.